All right, terrific. Thank you everyone for coming tonight. We have quite a crowd, so I'd like to welcome everyone to the Dayton VA Medical Center Mobility and More webinar. We are thrilled to have everyone on board tonight. I want to start by saying that this event is being recorded, so if there is something you missed or later want to rewatch, you'll be able to do that. We will be sending you a link to the recording after the event. You can also share that link with anyone you feel may benefit from the information we are sharing tonight. I'm Scott Leese with the Community Outreach Office at the Medical Center. I am an Air Force veteran, and like many of you, once I had many questions about VA healthcare. Let's see if we can answer your questions this evening. Please realize that as a participant in this session, your microphone has been muted to minimize distracting background noises. We have over 200 participants who registered for this webinar, which is why we're keeping everyone muted. Again, this is simply to ensure that there isn't an excess of distractive noises. That doesn't mean we don't want to hear from you. If you have a question or concern, you can share it with the panelists anytime through the chat pane. You should be able to find that pane on the bottom right of your screen. Simply type in your question and one of the presenters will get to you as soon as they can. For the sake of time, if we don't get to your question during this presentation, you can reach us by phone or by email, and we'll provide that contact information at the end of the presentation. Now, we'd like to start off this evening by taking a few minutes to have our director, Mr. Mark Murdoch, introduce you to our Dayton VA Medical Center.
Hi, I'm Mark Murdoch, Air Force veteran and director of the Dayton VA Medical Center. I'd like to welcome you to the Dayton VA, one of the largest and most historic veteran medical centers in the nation. This campus began as a soldier's home in 1867, providing medical services and rehabilitation to Civil War soldiers. Though the campus has changed over the years, our purpose has not. Just as President Lincoln instructed all those years ago, our mission remains to care for him or her who shall have borne the battle. We do this by putting you, the veteran, at the very center of every decision we make. Whether it's the revitalization of our historic grotto and the healing gardens, the addition of a new MRI suite and simulation center, our community-based outpatient clinics, which were designed from the ground up with our veterans' needs in mind, our complimentary valet parking for our veterans, or the construction of a new Fisher House to give you and your loved ones the ability to rest and recover with all of the comforts of home. Your physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional needs are at the heart of every step that we take. Here at the Dayton VA, we carefully balance our historic significance as one of the first centers for veteran health with the medical needs of the veterans of today and tomorrow. We are proud of our more than 150 years of dedicated service to those who gave us the freedoms we enjoy today, and look forward to spending the next 150 years continuing on the path President Lincoln laid out before us. Thank you for coming to the Dayton VA Medical Center, where we are honored to provide the best possible care to our nation's heroes. You served us, now let us serve you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Murdoch. Well, we have a long history of veteran care here in Dayton. This year actually marks the 75th anniversary of the modern Veterans Administration. We are proud to be not only one of the oldest campuses in the VA, but also boast one of the newest and most modern medical facilities offering top quality care. Not very many people know that the VA is recognized, according to a study done by RAND, as being one of the nation's top medical care systems. It's top rated by veterans who it serves with a more than 98% satisfaction rating as well. This is a benefit that not everyone is able to receive. This is only available to veterans. Wouldn't you like that kind of care? Now, here's someone who can tell us more about how you can receive one type of that care.
Hi, my name's Tim Gasson. I'm the Chief of Prosthetics at the Dayton VA Hospital. Prosthetics isn't just artificial limbs like a lot of people think. We provide everything that a person could need at home outside the medical center. No other healthcare system or plan in the United States has anything like the VA's healthcare service. Under the prosthetic service section of your Veterans Medical Benefits package, you receive more items, services, and coverage than anyone else, without question. The VA focuses on your whole health, and prosthetic service is a big part of that philosophy. Prosthetics provides all of the basic durable medical equipment that you can find at a large drugstore or medical equipment company, like walkers, wheelchairs, seats for your shower, or hospital beds. With Medicare or most private insurance, you'll have a significant copay, often 20% for these items, and those costs can add up fast. Also, that is where their benefits end. With the VA prosthetic service, there's never a copay, and those benefits are just the beginning of what we provide. There are many daily items that we provide at no cost that can be very expensive without VA benefits. We provide things that so many veterans need, such as all of your CPAP supplies, hearing aids, and eyeglasses to eligible veterans. We also provide items targeted specifically for veterans with blindness, spinal cord injuries, and amputations. The specialized items that the VA provides are too many to even start listing here. Things you've probably never thought of. Prosthetics also provides lifetime repairs and replacements of those items for as long as you need them. If you have a power wheelchair or a scooter and the batteries are getting old or something breaks, we send a company out to replace the batteries or fix the wheelchair. If you have a wheelchair or scooter break in a grocery store parking lot at 10 o'clock at night, we have 24-hour, 7-day-a-week repair services to come to you for the repair and make sure you can get home safely. Speaking of being at the grocery store, if the VA decides you need a power wheelchair or scooter, we want you to get the most benefit out of the item. So we also provide a lift for your vehicle so that you can take it to the store, medical appointments, or just go to the park. We also provide a ramp or lift at your home to make sure you can get it in and out of your home, all at no cost to you. Once you get home, what if you live in an old home and the doors are too narrow to get the wheelchair through? All veterans are eligible for a program that can help pay for up to $6,800 to modify your home to make it more handicap accessible. This is usually to widen doors to get a wheelchair around, or to install a roll-in shower, or make a bathroom more accessible. Even if your bathroom or bedroom is on the second floor of your home, we can install a lift to get you up and down your stairs. Just getting in your home isn't enough. We make sure you can do all the things you need to do at home too. The VA prosthetic service even provides items to keep you active. If it is part of your treatment plan, we can provide artificial limbs or specialized wheelchairs designed to participate in sports, such as wheelchair basketball or artificial legs for swimming. Again, at no cost, just part of your VA benefits. We want to keep you active and healthy. Another great part of the VA prosthetics benefits is that if your healthcare team determines an item is truly needed as part of your treatment and rehabilitation, then it is provided with no copays. There is no insurance company that looks over your benefits to just say that isn't covered. If you received an artificial limb or wheelchair last year, but you and your needs have changed, we provide what you now need. We don't limit your benefits to say that you only get one wheelchair or artificial limb every 5 years. Also, if something is truly critical to your daily life, we can provide spares to make sure you're never completely stuck. Things like wheelchairs, artificial limbs, and lifts break like anything mechanical at some point. So at the VA, we help plan for that and provide a spare or make sure there is a plan in place for when something breaks. Keep in mind that life can throw you curveballs, and you never know when the unexpected can happen. While we do our best to plan and set you up for success, we can't do this unless you're enrolled at the VA. I get calls almost every month from people that had strokes, car accidents, or other unexpected problems. They say they need equipment to go home from the hospital, or can't afford all the cost of the equipment to go home, and want to know if the VA can help. Too often, it turns out they never signed up to be actively enrolled within the VA for care. Yes, we can help, but it will take a short time for them to enroll at the VA and determine eligibility. When you wait, it is too late when it is needed for an emergency. Too many times I've heard veterans say they wish they would have signed up for the VA care before something happened. Too many times veterans don't sign up because they aren't aware of the many benefits we provide. Please take the time and get signed up and start using the benefits that you've earned.
It's a great presentation, Tim, and very true. We do need you to get signed up so that you can receive those benefits. Now we're going to answer some of the questions you all have been putting in the chat pane. We've received a couple already. Please remember, if you have a question, feel free to ask it by typing it into the chat pane. We'll get to it as soon as we can within the time remaining. If we don't get to your question, please know we'll still answer it either by you contacting us via phone or email, and we'll give that information to you later on at the end of the presentation, how to contact us. We have with us live this evening Tim Gasson to answer your questions about prosthetics. Again, Tim is our Chief of Prosthetics and has been with the Dayton VA for 15 years. In our chat room, we have Dawn Hightower, also with prosthetics, to help answer some of the questions in chat. Dawn has been with us for 3 years. Also with us is Ted Froats from our Public Affairs Office. Ted is a Navy veteran and has been with the Dayton VA for more than a decade. Ted will help answer any questions you might have about the Dayton VA Medical Center in general. Now let's see what questions you have. Dawn wanted to know, how can I get a power wheel or wheelchair or a scooter?
That's a good question, and that's a common question that we get. Everything that we provide starts with a clinical evaluation. Things like a power wheelchair or scooter, we don't want to give to someone too soon so that they stop using what they have and walking. So an evaluation to determine what you need and what's best for you, whether it's a walker with a seat on it, a scooter, or a power wheelchair or a manual wheelchair, starts with a clinical evaluation here at the VA. And we actually have therapists, physical therapists that are specialized in training for power wheelchairs, scooters, and all your mobility needs to find the specific item to best meet your need. And once that's requested from the physical therapist, prosthetics then gets it ordered and provided to you right away.
All right, fantastic. Joe wants to know, are there COVID restrictions still at the medical center? And Ted, maybe you want to answer that question?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. We are open for business. We are seeing veterans in person. We are also able to see veterans virtually for those who prefer that. We do offer both options. We require masks in all buildings on campus. Many people may be aware the CDC recently relaxed those guidelines, which is great, but there is an exception in there for healthcare facilities, according to the CDC. So in keeping with those guidelines, we do still require masks. We are checking temperatures, just a quick forehead scan of everyone when they come into the building, just to make sure that everyone stays safe. But otherwise, we are open for business and we're here to serve our veterans just as we have been this entire time.
All right, terrific. Tim had a question. I had an acoustic neuroma and had it removed in May of 2020. As a result, I have lost all of my hearing in my right ear. Does the VA provide Bluetooth hearing aids? If so, how do I get about obtaining them?
That's a great question. Hearing aids are one of the special things that the VA provides. We have an audiology department here at the VA that offers a wide range of hearing aids. And I know Bluetooth hearing aids are one that they provide. And we have a special program at the VA making it very easy to get battery replacements and repairs, where it's as simple as going on to the VA's secure messaging system, or there's a phone number or even a postcard you have that you can just send in or send a message, and replacement hearing aid batteries or other replacement parts can be just sent to you easily. But it all starts with the audiology department. They have that here to evaluate you for the specific hearing aids or assistive devices for hearing aids that you need.
All right, fantastic. Melody would like to know, how does my husband, sorry, something just popped up here on my screen right over Melody's question. Here we go. How does my husband get a shower stool or chair? He is 100% disability and is a patient with the VA.
So if they have a primary care provider, something as simple as a shower seat can happen with your primary care provider, your doctor, and just talk to them about losing the balance in the shower or getting tired in the shower for whatever reason it is that someone needs to sit down in the shower. A lot of times with that, there's other issues going on that make it more challenging to bathe. So a lot of times we recommend actually having an occupational therapy evaluation, and they can assess maybe having a grab bar installed to help get in the shower. We can install handheld showers so that when you're sitting, it's not just all spraying in your face, or that you don't have to buy it on your own, a handheld sprayer that you can use on yourself. So we can also provide those other items that go with it. But if it's just as simple as the shower seat or even those other items, your primary care provider can request that from prosthetics. And if you're here, we can give it to you on the same day because we do have those stocked. If you live a distance away or it's a burden to get in, we have a DME delivery company that can bring it to your home, and we can even have the grab bars installed for you at your house if it's needed. A lot of times people want to install them themselves, but we can have them installed if someone needs it.
Great answer, Tim. Thanks. That actually begs the question too. Do you have to have a referral from your primary care physician? How do people actually come to you?
So for prosthetics items, it doesn't always need to be their primary care physician for everything. There needs to be some clinician decision though. There are several clinics in the VA that are opened up for direct access, physical therapy, for example. If someone needs some sort of mobility device, such as a wheelchair or a walker, other than a powered mobility device, they can just walk straight into the physical therapy department and be evaluated and issued the item right there on the spot. And there are other clinics, such as optometry for eyeglasses. You can just contact the optometry directly to get scheduled for eye exams. So you don't always need a primary care provider. It just depends on the item.
Okay, fantastic. And another question that we're getting here is there a limit to the benefits I can get at the VA?
So when it comes to prosthetics, that's a tough question. We don't necessarily have limits per se, other than just what's considered medically necessary or part of your treatment or rehabilitation plan. And that's where it all starts with your providers or your healthcare professional, whether it's a therapist or an audiologist or an optometrist. Seeing you, they don't just say, we need to provide you, 10 pairs of eyeglasses. But if a person needs a pair of eyeglasses, we provide it. And like I said in the video, if a person would lose their eyeglasses, as an example, and it would put them at a burden that they couldn't read their prescriptions or they wouldn't be able to function, we can then provide spares, because we don't ever want to have that situation where something as simple as losing or breaking your eyeglasses puts you at a significant risk of injury or a problem. So we can provide spares for some of those items, but the limit becomes just what's medically necessary or appropriate.
Okay. Mary had a question, wants to know, can her spouse, she's the veteran, can her spouse receive benefits?
So as far as prosthetics, there are certain programs that non-veterans are able to receive items, but that there's specific rules as far as getting signed up in the VA for care under certain circumstances. It's not very common that we end up getting anything in prosthetics, but that would need to be something discussed with eligibility in more detail.
All right, and Donald would like to know, how does he order CPAP supplies?
That's actually a great topic right now, because we have some similar to what I mentioned with the hearing aid benefits. They're getting ready to roll that out nationally for the CPAP supplies, because CPAP is one of those things that has just expanded so much over the last 5 years. Once you're signed up in the VA, we have a CPAP clinic that they set you up and make sure that somebody is monitoring your sleep, that you have a mask, tubing, filters, that it's known and in the record what specific supplies you need. And then once that's done, what currently is done, you just contact prosthetics, and we usually provide 6 month supply at a time of all of those supplies. And then you would just contact us in 6 months again. But we're actually at the end of summer into early fall, we're transitioning nationally, and August, September timeframe is when Dayton transitions, so that CPAP supplies can be a more automated system where you'll have the opportunity to either use the online system. It's the same tool that you can message your doctors directly, that you would be able to order your replacement supplies or either call an automated phone number for your replacement supplies or even mail in a postcard. And they, again, will also just send them out to you directly as you need them. And under that program, they'll be able to do that for 5 years before your doctor will have to then renew your prescription saying it's medically necessary.
Okay, Brian says, I am 80% rated. I don't have a primary care set up. How would I go about getting a motorized wheelchair?
So with prosthetics, with the primary items we provide, such as power wheelchairs, the shower seats, hospital beds, those primary items we talked about, whether you're service connected or not, we provide what's medically necessary for you and take care of your health care, because it is a common question of, I'm 80%, but I don't want to make it appear that we don't provide something for someone that isn't service connected, because even if you're not service connected for that medical equipment, we provide the same items of what's necessary. So that would start with, if it's for a power wheelchair, there does need to be a referral to the mobility specialty clinic, which is run by physical therapy, because your doctor has to answer some basic questions about your abilities to get to that clinic. And then they'll assess you as far as how far you're able to walk, how good your balance is, what your living type, what types of things you do in your life that you need to be able to get out and do. And they'll determine whether you'll need a scooter, a power wheelchair, or what the items are for that.
Terrific. I want to remind everybody who's on tonight that if you have a question, you should feel free to post it in the chat pane. And you can find that down at the bottom right-hand corner of this screen. Brian would like to know, I wear an insulin pump provided by the VA. I need to replace its battery every 8 to 10 days. Does the VA provide batteries for this medical device?
The VA, that is an excellent question too. The VA provides all of the support and supplies for every item we provide, including batteries. A lot of times, some of the people come to us all the time for replacement scooter batteries and power wheelchair batteries and those big types of batteries. But even things as simple as blood pressure monitors or insulin pumps that may be just a AA battery or a AAA battery, we have those in stock right at our front desk if needed. But if it's something we know is going to be an ongoing basis, we can provide several months of them at a time. If you're the person that prescribes and monitors your insulin pump is going to know the equipment best. And if they say, yes, you need replaced with a certain battery every 10 days, we would typically provide several months worth at a time. And then you would just call us when it's time to get some more. So yes, we can provide even AA batteries we provide to veterans to support the items.
All right, terrific. Another question is, how do I get prescription filled for eyeglasses? And also, do you just do eyeglasses or do you do contact lenses?
We do contact lenses and we do eyeglasses. So for the eyeglasses, we have an optometry department. They have options to refer people out to the community. We have optometrists in each of the outpatient clinics. So in Richmond, Lima, Springfield, Middletown, there are optometrists in all those locations. But if there's a wait or if someone lives too far away, they can be referred to the community, a community provider closer to you for your optometry exam. And then the VA has a process for filling the prescriptions. We have a optical shop that has frames to select from and an opticians to do the measurements here at the Dayton VA. And then we also have contract locations near each of our outpatient clinics in those other 4 cities. So you would just bring your prescription to that location, pick out your frames, and then you can either have the glasses mailed directly to you, or you can have them mailed and then come to the optical shop to pick them up, and they would do any fittings and adjustments at that time. And we do, like, I don't know if I forgot at the beginning, we do provide contact lenses also.
All right, terrific. From Dennis, when I enrolled in the Dayton VA, I was under TRICARE, now TRICARE for Life. And after discussing my situation, I remained seeing my PCM at Wright-Patterson. Am I still eligible for assistance from the VA? I had hemorrhage stroke in 2013 and have recovered to the point where I can use a cane for mobility. For longer programs, he has a scooter.
So you need to have regular visits. I'm not sure, I believe it's every 1 to 2 years at least to stay visiting your primary care provider, to stay enrolled. I know for me, when I'm not a veteran, I have to go at least annually to my doctor, otherwise they drop me. The VA, you have to go at least once every 1 or 2 years to stay enrolled. Also, one of the nice things, you say you go to TRICARE out at Wright-Pat, we have a primary care clinic at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base to make it very convenient for veterans or for active duty, or not active duty, but for veterans that go out to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, that they can stop by the PACT clinic, the primary care clinic at Wright-Patterson, and have those visits there. And also that brings up a question that you say you have a cane and a scooter also. We can support items that we didn't even provide. So if you see a VA provider and you already have a scooter, we don't need to provide you a second scooter just to be able to provide repairs and batteries. If that's an appropriate item for you, they can say, yeah, that scooter he has, that's appropriate. We can put it on your record here and treat it just like we provided it, and do repairs for it, replace the batteries when needed. Even if you need a lift for your vehicle or other support for it, we can start supporting it as soon as your VA doctor says, yes, that's needed.
Okay, terrific. I'm not sure I asked this question. I might have skipped over it accidentally. From Harry, I'm not being seen by the VA sleep clinic, but by a community provider. How do I get my prescription for CPAP supplies to the VA?
So that can be coordinated through the CPAP clinic. A lot of times they have those prescriptions can be sent to the CPAP clinic and reviewed, and then they would have to then have somebody within the VA CPAP clinic generate the order in our medical record for us to start supporting them. There is quite a few items, as long as you're enrolled and getting your care here, at least to the extent that you're staying enrolled, they can review records from your private doctors and then support it here also. We don't need to start duplicating and having you see a second provider here for the same thing. They can just take that prescription and start filling it.
Okay, terrific. Hopefully there's, I don't see any other questions right now. If there's anyone else that wants to ask a question, feel free to do so in the chat pane. I would say that we actually might have one other question here. Want to know what the best way is to get an appointment for your hearing needs.
So for the hearing aids, we have our audiology clinic. It would be, you can just call the VA hospital and ask for the audiology department and discuss with them about getting scheduled. And now that's assuming you're already enrolled with the VA. If you have not already enrolled with the VA and have a primary care doctor established, you'll have to start with that to get set up as a patient here at the Dayton VA. Then at that point, you can just contact the audiology department to get that appointment scheduled.
All right, terrific. Shout out from Melody. Just wanted to give a shout out to how much she how wonderful she thinks this is and how much she appreciates this webinar.
Hey,
It's been very informative.
Scott, if I could jump in for a sec. Could we talk
Yes.
a little bit about how to enroll? Tim was just talking about you do need to be enrolled here to get these benefits.
Absolutely.
So maybe talking about that. Thank you.
Absolutely. And Greg, if I could ask you to throw up that slide real quick. I think we're just about ready to wrap up, so we could probably go ahead and do all the slides and say that's about all we've got for this evening. If you didn't get your question answered, not to worry. You can call us at 937-268-6511, extension 2035 or extension 2159. Again, that number is 397-268-6511, extension 2035 or extension 2159. You can also call our eligibility enrollment office at 937-268-6511, extension 4105 for questions about how to enroll with the Dayton VA. There are several options in enrolling with the Dayton VA. You can actually enroll in person at the Dayton VA Medical Center. Come to the eligibility and enrollment desk. They will be glad to help you with that process. You can also enroll online at www.va.gov or call the National Health and Eligibility Center at 877-222-8387, or you can download the VA Form 1010 off the internet and provide the additional materials that need to go with it and mail that in directly to us. You can also enroll at the surrounding community-based outpatient clinics, also known as CBOCs. They are located at Lima, Middletown, Richmond, Springfield, and you can see their phone numbers on the screen, and we're going to go ahead and leave that up for a while, so if you need those numbers, you can write those down. Also, a question, want to address Camp Lejeune water contamination problem. Is this covered in your program?
Yeah, I think I can cover that unless, Tim, if you know more than I do. I do believe that being stationed at Camp Lejeune, I believe, does qualify you for VA healthcare because of the water contamination problem that Donald's referencing in his question. I don't want to guarantee that. I'm not an expert on that, but I believe that to be the case. And what I would encourage is that you apply for the VA healthcare, make sure that you mention Camp Lejeune in that application, and they would take it from there.
Terrific. Well, if there are no other questions, and I don't see any posed right now, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap this up for this evening. Keep in mind that you can call us or email us later. We have those phone numbers for you. Thanks again for attending this event. We hope that you found it both informative and entertaining. And have a great rest of your evening. And thank you all very much for your service.
Thank you.